Yeah. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Uh, okay. Yeah, sufficient strength have come. They have been. Others will be joining shortly. Okay. Today, actually, last class I told you conjugate beam method. I explained to you clearly the concept of conjugate beam method. For today class, I thought of starting the signed unit today, definition of trusses, because I have told you concept, one or two examples I told you. Let us see what is there in the textbook in conjugate beam method today. Okay. So today also I want to discuss conjugate beam method. Let us have a look at the textbook like Punmiya. So let us have a look at the problem. Okay. I will just rush up those problems. Otherwise, I will discuss with you those problems, how it has been worked out. I will explain the steps involved, all those things there. Although I have conveyed, I taught the concept of conjugate beam method in the last class very clearly to you. Okay, we will spend one more class for it. Okay, so let us refer. This is the textbook page of Dr. B.C. Punmiya, Mechanics of Materials by Dr. B.C. Punmiya. Okay, definition of beams. Okay, by conjugate beam method, right? So here the author has explained the conjugate beam method. As I explained to you, it has been explained, right? So here we will come to this problem. In the first problem, he has discussed with a simply supported beam with a point load at the center. This I have done in my discussion. Okay, this one we discussed in my last class. Already we have discussed this, how to get this one by conjugate beam method, right? So I told you to work out for the UDL, right? So here the UDL worked example is available, right? Here I will explain. There is a simply supported beam subjected to UDL. Okay, how to determine the central deflection as well as slope at the supports by conjugate beam method. If you look at, this is a simply supported beam subject to UDL. Okay, we know the bending moment diagram is WL square by 8, which is a positive bending moment, sagging bending moment. That's why positive bending moment. Okay, now we have to draw M by A diagram. Otherwise, we have to load the given beam. This is a given beam here. Okay, of same length. Given beam of same length is there. It is loaded by M by A diagram. Okay, this is the bending moment diagram that is just loaded, right? Which is W L square by 8EA. Please remember this load is acting vertically downward here. Okay, the M by A diagram is loaded here. So this is the conjugate beam now. This beam is called a conjugate beam. It is well written here. Conjugate beam with the M by A diagram loading, right? It is there. Now you have to determine support reaction. The reaction at A. How do you get the support reaction? Which is nothing but of the total load. Here the total load is there. Half load comes here. Half load comes here. So the support reaction RA equal to, since it is a spandrel, parabolic spandrel, that is why the area is 2/3. Okay, 2/3 into right L into okay, L into W. Otherwise, we can do like that. Yeah, we can do that way also, no problem. L into 2/3 into L into WL square by 8EA. Okay. So half of the load comes here, half of multiply that with the half. That means half into 2/3 into WL square by 8EA. Okay. Please, I will repeat. The support reaction here is the total load I am telling you. Half of that will come here as support reaction. That is why half into 2/3 into L into WL square by 8EA. That is computed here, shown here. Okay, simple problem. Just some of you, just I am telling here. See, half into 2/3 into L into WL square by 8EA, which is WLQ by 24EA. Okay, support reaction. The author has used some notation. Don't get confused with this notation. Okay, even you have the right to follow your own notation, your way of presentation, your own style of presentation. Normally, students will do whatever manner the teacher teaches. Okay, that manner you may do it. Okay, WL square by 8EA. Similarly, reaction at B also WLQ by 24EA. I'm sorry, WLQ by 24EA, WLQ by 24EA. Okay, likewise, we got it right. Next, what is this here? Yeah, we got the support reaction. Now, slope or deflection, what is determined here? Yeah, deflection. Straight away, the maximum deflection is determined at the center. So the maximum deflection at the center is equal to, what is that? It is the nothing but the deflection at the center is equal to the bending moment diagram. Sorry, the bending moment, the value of bending moment at the same section here. If you want to determine deflection of the given beam at the center, you have to determine the bending moment of the conjugate beam at the same section. Okay, the bending moment of the conjugate beam at the same section is equal to, see here, which is just with this area. Okay, left side, no, you have to investigate left side. That's why L by 2. Okay, because okay, first RA into L by 2, it is written here, RA into L by 2. Support reaction at A, no, RA into L by 2, right, which is a positive bending moment, because sagging bending moment, bending moment due to all upward forces are positive, already I told you, right? And then due to this downward moment, downward forces, left side of the section here, this force, okay, this UDL, which is minus, that load is 2/3 into the L by 2, no, this length, L by 2. 2/3 into L by 2 into this ordinate, which is WL square by 8EA, okay, into the central distance from the center to this one, okay, which is 3 by 8, okay. I already told you the central distance from here is 5 by 8, from here it is 3 by 8, this kind of parabolic spandrel, please keep it in mind. That's why 3 by 8 into L by 2, okay. So you have to multiply with the perpendicular distance, no, central distance from the section to the load, okay. So that is multiplied here, 3 by 8 L by 2, so which is found to be WL cube. Okay, after simplification, you are getting pi WL power 4 divided by 384A, the same expression we have got. The deflection is obtained, okay. If you determine the bending moment at the section, at the central section of the conjugate beam, that gives you the deflection of the, deflection at the same section of the given beam, okay. That's what they done. Here the slope has not been, slope also has not been determined, okay, no problem. If you want, you can also determine the slope, okay. He has computed some other values. Oh, the next problem he has done, no problem, that we will leave it. What he has done, I have to read it, just for a moment he has used M and R. No problem, not necessary, okay. We will go to the next problem. What is done in this one? Yeah, here the simply supported beam subjected to a couple is given. The author has used a notation, some mu or something. Normally we use capital M, okay. To represent couple, we will be using capital M, some clockwise couple. You can have a look, it is very simple. Suppose a couple act, what is the support reaction here? How do you get the support reaction here? See, couple is clockwise. Couple is acting clockwise. The support reaction will be anti-clockwise like this. Support reaction will be anti-clockwise like this, okay. That is why this support reaction is RA down, here RB upward, okay. What is the support reaction here, which is nothing but M divided by L, the whole length, that you know. How do you get this one? If you take moment about here, if you take moment about A, or I will tell you this way, either you can take moment about A or this one, right? Okay, let us say take moment about A. RB equal to, otherwise RB into L is equal to M, okay, because RB into L is anti-clockwise moment, minus M, say, I will repeat, RB into L, which is a, which produces anti-clockwise moment about A, minus this clockwise moment, no, minus M is equal to 0. That is the static equilibrium equation. From this, RB is found to be M by L, okay. RB is found to be M by L. Similarly, RA also M by L, okay. Because the author has used this notation, don't get confused with this notation. Normally, to represent couple, we are using capital M as a notation, okay. So this way, the support reaction is determined. This is the easiest problem, M-interval problem. So this is the bending moment diagram for this, okay. This is the bending moment diagram. If you you know how to draw bending moment diagram, you do it. You will be getting bending moment diagram like this, okay. So here M by 2 you are getting ordinate, okay. That is, I want M by EA diagram, no. So M by 2EA, M by 2EA, okay. This is M only. It looks like mu, but actually it's small m. Some style manner he has used it, okay. You use capital M here to represent this couple. Okay. So M by E. Therefore, you can, if you want to determine what is done here, the author what he has done in this problem, he determined reaction is over. Next, IB. Okay, rotation. He has determined. Okay, that also support reaction. What else he has done? Okay, central deflection. Okay, also MC dash means conjugate beam. The bending moment at the center he has determined. The bending moment at the center has determined, which is nothing but deflection at C. Okay, if you do it, if you determine the bending moment at the center, it is found to be 0. So the central deflection is 0. The beam will not, there will not be any vertical deflection at the center, because the beam will, due to this moment acting, the beam will bend this way. No, it will bend. This will be a bending profile. The beam bending profile will be like this. Okay, that is why the central deflection is 0. It will not deflect at all. That is why the deflection you are getting 0. The bending moment value of the conjugate beam here comes 0. Okay, that he has done. Next we will see another problem. This is with the notation. Already we have done this kind of problem in a moment area method. Okay, so a simply supported beam subject to a point load. So a bending moment diagram, BMD is drawn. M by A diagram is drawn. Okay, that is conjugate beam is drawn. Okay, with the help of this, with the notation, it has been discussed. Since you are very clear with the concept, hope you all will follow this. You will understand this, right? So you can go through the books. Just we are having a look. What are the items discussed? What are the problems discussed in this kind of textbook? Just we are I'm just rushing up. Next, the author has discussed cantilevers. Okay, cantilevers. See here, a cantilever beam subject to 2-point load in terms of notation. So the bending moment diagram is drawn. M by E diagram also drawn here. But I already told you for cantilever, free end you have to fix, and fixed end you have to make it free. Okay, I already told you. This is the special manner we are doing this conjugate beam that I already told you. Okay, with the help you can discuss. So just theory has told like that. We have taken an actual problem. A cantilever beam subject to point load at the free end. This I have done in the last class. Okay, I explained in the last class this kind of problem. Okay, simple problem, MD level problem, basic problem. I have already discussed with you. The same thing has been done here. Okay. Next, a cantilever beam subject to UDL. Okay. So you know bending moment diagram for it. WL square by 2 here. Parabolic variation. So he has drawn M by A diagram here. Okay. The free end is made fixed. Fixed end is made free. Okay. That is the thing we are doing. This is called conjugate beam. If you want to determine the deflection at the free end, what to do? You have to determine the bending value of bending moment at the free end of conjugate, sorry, at the fixed end of conjugate beam. If you want to determine rotation at B, what to do? You have to determine the shear force at a B dash here of the conjugate beam. Okay, that's what he has done it. Okay, so he determined the bending MB dash. He is used to adopting some notation. That is bending moment at a conjugate beam at B of conjugate beam B dash is equal to what is the bending moment here? This area 1/3 into L into this ordinate WL square by 2EI into the central distance from here is 3/4. From here it is 1/4. From here it is 3/4. Okay, so 3/4 L. You have to be very careful. If it is triangular, 1/3, 2/3. Since it is a parabolic spandrel, so from here it is 3/4. Okay, from here it is 1/4. That we keep it in mind. Central distance. So we are taking moment about B. From here it is 3/4 L. So that's what it is 3/4 L. WL power 4 80A, same expression which we obtained earlier in our in the double integration method and moment area method. Same thing has been. So elementary level problem, standard problem, just simple cases we are seeing. Okay, suppose in the cantilever the point load is given here. This is the bending moment diagram, M by A diagram. How to do it? Same manner with the notation. It has been explained in this textbook. Okay, you should know. You have to go through and you have to do in your own and practice. Here also, a cantilever beam subject to a couple, capital M. Here you use some notation like mu. You don't use it. You use capital M. Okay. Wherever mu comes, put a capital M. Hope you will follow this. Okay. So the bending moment diagram is constant throughout, right? The bending moment diagram is constant throughout. You should know how to draw bending moment diagram for a cantilever beam subject to couple at the free end, okay, which is anti-clockwise couple. So if you take moment at any section, that is equal to m only. So throughout the x value will not come, okay, in your general expression for bending moment. That is why wherever you take moment, that is constant m only throughout. Okay, this is conjugate beam. The free end we are making fixed end we are making free, okay, and m by ei we are putting it here. So the deflection at the B is found to be, it is written here, the bending moment value here, which is m by ei, this one, m by ei into L by 2, m by ei into L by 2. So that is ml square by 2ei we got. So this way, okay. So the author has also discussed the proper cantilever. That is, you need not go to that level, okay. They are not necessary for you because, right. Already we have seen this one. Like that, the author has discussed some other cases, and he has given the end condition, how it converts. Normally, they're not necessary. Actually, it is given here. Fixed end becomes free end. Free end becomes fixed end in a cantilever. Okay. And other this law you will not get this much. You need not worry. Beams with articulation and all you will not get, right? So that much not necessary. If you are interested, you can go through the textbooks and additional illustrated examples. The author has finished. Okay. Apart from that, suppose sometimes the EA need not be constant. The flexural rigidity need not be constant. With the notation only, numerical problem worked out with notation only. It may be okay. I will come to this. Suppose you have a simply supported beam like this, subject to central load up to see this L by 4. Here it is I. This side L by 4 it is I. Remaining 2I. Okay, 2EI. This is I means what? Young's modulus same material, no? E. So this is 2EI. Flexural rigidity is 2EI. Here EI. Right? So that's why when you draw bending moment diagram, WL by 4, divided by EI. This should be the actual one because the flexural rigidity is double here. So WL by 2EI. So 4 already is there. So 8 EI. This is WL by 8 EI. WL by it's not 8 EI, some other value. Okay, you have to find, right? No problem. So like that given. Once you got the diagram, you know how to get how to determine bending moment at the center of the conjugate beam. How to take you have to divide the area into the standard plane figure and take moment. You will be getting. If numerical values are given, you can do it. Once you are clear about the concept now, you can work out any kind of problem. Okay. Please, it is engineering course. A lot of things are there to discuss. I cannot explain each and everything. My teachers taught like that one. I have studied it in my own. Okay. During my college days, I used to go through several textbooks and studied in my own. That is why I managed to get a faculty position and reputed institution, scientist position and all. So for your betterment, you have to work hard. Our job is over by just teaching you the concept. Okay. We cannot take each and every problem and explain you elaborately until you understand. That cannot be done. For your understanding, you have to apply your mind and understand. Okay. I advise, please, all of you apply your mind and try to understand things. Right. So likewise, it has been discussed. Yeah. That's all. This much and all you will not get. The textbooks, you cannot study the entire textbooks because they are only reference book. Okay. They are not your textbooks. Only syllabus is there. I have to tell you what is conjugate beam method. And I have to tell you one or two problems. That's all. And exercise problems are given in the textbooks. It's a good book. We have seen the entire BC Ponmiya book. Okay. The conjugate beam section of the entire Ponmiya book we have seen. Similarly, you can refer even Bhavikatti and other textbooks also. This Bansal also you can refer. I have. If I want, I can project, but not necessary. Okay. So one book per sample we have seen. Even you can say go through Bansal and work out. You can refer any textbook which you like, right? Bhavikatti and take some problem and work out in your own. And first understand and work out in your own. You will be this way. You have to get familiarity to face the future interviews, competitive examinations, and all. To find some good job, you have to work hard. You have to do self-learning, right? So I cannot teach you each and every item of this. Yes, I studied during my college day like that, but we are doing our best nowadays. Okay, we are really doing a lot of teaching when compared to our teacher, our professor who taught for us. Okay. So with this, it's okay for you, I think, right? So with this, I will finish today class. Next class, I will start a deflection of trusses. Okay. With this, the first unit is over for you. I have completed the first unit for you. It is over for you. Next class, I will start second unit, which is a deflection of trusses. Okay. The next topic I will start in the tomorrow class, right? So first, let me to 1 minute, 1 minute. First, I want to record your name for attendance. Few minutes. All of you wait. I will first record your name for attendance. Okay. I just scroll and record your name for attendance. Yeah, almost very good. 52 of you are attending, right? So let us wait to record your name for attendance. Okay. So your names have been well recorded for attendance purpose, right? Good. So what to do? I will stop recording. Then if you want to have any talk, we can have a talk, right? So I will stop recording.